welcome back to the channel, but today doing something a bit different. Not out on the bike for a change. Took the truck for a change, which was maybe a good move or a bad move. Yesterday took it off road accidentally. Hit a wet and a dry spot, and it spun off into a small ravine. But not too much damage. A bit of plastic in the front, need to push it out, but nothing too serious. So yeah, bike's probably safer. Anyway, we're at a place called, I think, Kanchanaburi or something, Kanchanaburi province, and this morning heading out to see the famous Mon Bridge, the second longest wooden bridge I think in the world. I think the first is in Burma. I think the longest. But that should be nice. Never seen it before. Been there a few years. Never been there, so it's be quite good. A lot of the water's gone. It's dried up a lot. Yesterday we came over the main bridge coming into this sort of area, and very little water. You could actually see the remnants of the old railway from the Second World War. I don't like calling it the death railway. I know a lot of people died on it, but I don't know. It just seems a sort of a negative connotation to something that was quite brilliant how they built it, to be honest. So yeah, a lot of death on there, but it's an amazing structure, and you could still see the evidence of the structure because the water's gone, and the raised up part where the rails were, where they put the stone down to raise it up, and you could quite clearly see it. Unfortunately, because we had the truck, we couldn't get down to get any closer. Yeah, a bit of a shame really. I wish I'd bought the bike in some respect. Could have got down and looked at it, but I could see it from afar, which was quite cool. You could see the clear lines of it and stuff. Interesting, really interesting. And then you, just under the bridge on some of the dry area, you had some of the Mon villages there, or a village made obviously completely by hand with wood and local stuff they'd picked up themselves, and these little houses and stuff. And then trails basically leading off everywhere. One thing I did pick up, this area in terms of off-road riding and stuff is incredible. There's trails and tracks up into the jungle, literally everywhere. It's such a good place. Maybe base yourself here and then just go out trail riding from here would be probably a good option. But looking at the map, some of the trails go up through the jungle, and you could probably go up there, camp up there and come back, because some of them are pretty long. And I think there is one old trail that goes all the way up through, up to Mae Sot. I know a friend of mine, I think Bob did it years ago. Some of it's been blocked off, but a lot of it is still accessible. But he did say it was incredibly hard. But yeah, you can still quite clearly see it's still evident along the Thai-Burmese border. So we're going to head up and look at the bridge today, do a bit of tourist type stuff, and then head back to Kanchanaburi today at some point. Obviously taking it a bit easier after yesterday's little prang, but there we go. See you later.
Here we go. Coming out. Brilliant. We're out. He's out. Amazing, that easy.
Yeah, so there we are at the Mon Bridge. It's the second longest wooden bridge in the world, apparently. First one being in Burma. You see the water's really down low here. And we're the traditional Mon people living on the river there. There we go, so walking across the bridge. Ye old, apparently made of teak, that's why it's still existence. There we go. It's a view to the left, and view to the right. There's the river to the left. You see the little villages there.
Look down then, please. Can we look down for it?
He's chasing the ducks.
Oh, thunder here.
Bit of thunder around it.
Maybe there's nothing going to be the other side.
Let's just do a
Right
panoramic.
in the middle of it all, aren't we?
Just do a panoramic. There we go. There's an actual water point when the trains used to come up with the POWs to put on the steam train. And here's the original water butt that used to provide that water. One of the original buildings that was here during the occupation. This is saying that the little rail car behind was used by one of the rail officials, and it was travelling between Tongpapum and San Calfel, and it fell from the viaduct, and he was killed in the accident in 1947 when the Japanese were thinking about all the ties we're using the Japanese line as for an official use. See one of the original lights and markers from the war still here. Old light box.